Welcome to Odyssey News. I am Mike Odyssey, and today is Odyssey Friday. You know what happens on Odyssey Fridays, right? We talk about stuff. We have discussion videos, and we take a topic and we kind of break it down and discuss it together, not only on the video itself, but down below in the comments, because I love to hear what you guys actually think about the topic that we always bring on Fridays. And today, we have a very interesting one for you. This is Nintendo Switch, and does the Nintendo Switch have the capability of running basically a lot of the games out there right now? And I'm talking about, say, God of War, Ragnarok, Elden Ring, games such as those. Can the Nintendo Switch run those games? And I'm going to answer you in this video. All right, before I begin, this video is sponsored by Ewin Racing. This holiday season, treat yourself to comfort with Ewin Racing. I mean, these are one of the most comfortable chairs that you could ever purchase. I mean, this makes an amazing gift. Right now, they're having a holiday sale for 20% off. When you use code Odyssey, you can also have 20% off your sale. I mean, don't take my word for it. Here they have amazing reviewers. For example, Game Radar Plus. Using Ewin Racing Flash chair for a week, it would be hard to recall a more comfortable gaming experience. PC says Ewin Racing chairs all offer a high level of comfort, durability, and support, giving gamers of all shapes and sizes a great option. PC Gamer says the Ewin Calling Series gaming chair is as sleek as they come. Windows Central says Ewin Flash XL chairs maximum weight limit is 500 pounds. Smashes the competition, making it our heavy-duty top chair recommendation. I'm telling you, there are reviews and there are more reviews when it comes to how great the build is on Ewin chairs. Right now, 2023 is your year of comfort. Grab your Ewin Racing chair right now. Look at this price, $183. Make sure you use the code Odyssey at checkout to get the same exact deal. I mean, if you love cuteness, there is cuteness on the website. Check that Ewin Racing setup out with the desk and the chair. It's one of the best things you could ever purchase for yourself. I mean, treat yourself. You deserve it. Ewin Racing is the best chair out there right now. So go ahead and use code Odyssey at checkout to get yourself an Ewin Racing chair and enjoy comfort. Thank you once again, Ewin Racing, for sponsoring this video. All right, so the question is, can the Nintendo Switch function in today's world with all of the games that are out there right now making headlines, looking amazing, and just, you know, playing overall fun, right? Can the Nintendo Switch handle these games? And I'm talking about the Nintendo Switch in its current form. I'm not talking about future Nintendo Switch Pro. I'll just let you know, I am on that bandwagon. I am on that train. I do want another Nintendo console, not another Switch. I want a next-gen console. Yes, I think it's time for that. But that's not the question. The question is, can the Nintendo Switch handle these games? And my answer might surprise you, because my answer is yes. Nintendo Switch can run Elden Ring. Nintendo Switch can run God of War Ragnarok. Nintendo Switch can run just about every game that is out there right now making headlines, because it is not up to the Nintendo Switch. It is up to the developer. Okay, so the developers are in charge of making games run on the console that they are working for. There's this metaphor, you can't really fit a square peg into a round hole, right? Because the square peg was made to fit into a square hole, right? That little box, that little ball that you have as a child, and you take the little shapes and you made them fit. And when this one couldn't fit, you found a way to make it fit into that little box or whatever, right? So this same metaphor can be taken into the developing world, into development, right? Developers are the ones in charge of actually making games to work on specific hardware. Like if we take a phone like this one and we make a game for this phone right here, then guess what? My focus as a developer is to make a phone that runs on this right here. I know the capabilities of this phone. I know what it can handle. I know the screen dimensions. I know what this phone can do. So I will develop a game that is specifically made to run on this phone. I can't exceed it. I can't underwhelm it, either. So I have to make sure that what I do runs on this phone. This is the master right here. This is what I have to follow. This doesn't have to follow the game. The game has to follow the hardware. So, for example, right now I was looking on YouTube and I found this video created by a content creator, which I'll have the link down below in the description. But this video shows perfectly exactly what I mean when it comes to developer companies actually going the extra mile and actually making games for specific consoles. You cannot make a game for PlayStation 5 and then that exact port bring it to the Nintendo Switch. No, you have to develop that game for the Nintendo Switch. That means you have to, from the bottom, build that game up until the Switch can handle it, not exceed it, not underwhelm it as well. You have to develop it specifically for that console. So that's why my answer, can the Nintendo Switch can handle a game like Elden Ring, God of War, or any other game that is trending out there? And the answer is yes. It is up to the developer to develop for that specific piece of hardware. So the discussion out there, is the Nintendo Switch outdated? I can tell you no, because the Nintendo Switch, it's the current generation Switch for Nintendo, and Nintendo is doing a great job at developing games specifically for that hardware. Whatever happened with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which I would say a minority of people, which tend to be the loudest, experience all these glitches and all these faults. Well, it's not up to Nintendo, it's not up to the hardware, it's up to the developer company. Game Freak was the one who dropped the ball with releasing a game that was not finished. So the hardware cannot be blamed for a game that even on emulators, it still had glitches to it. The game was broken to begin with. Now, for example, if we take the game God of War or we take the game Elden Ring and put it on the Switch, will it run the same? And I can tell you no, not as the game is currently built. You would need to build the game from scratch to make sure that it runs on the Switch. Basically, make the game for the Nintendo Switch. You would have to sacrifice a few things that more powerful hardware can do easily, so it can run on the native Nintendo Switch console, right? But the argument is that the Nintendo Switch is still a current gen console. It still can run games. It can still do the job well. Developers just need to know how to develop for a specific console and not just be one-sided. Right now, there are four major pillars of gaming when it comes to consoles, right? We have PC gaming, we have PlayStation, Sony, and we have the Switch. If developers decided to literally pursue all four, then they would need to have four different groups of developers working on each specific console. You can't build a game and then port it just as is to different consoles. You need to literally build on that platform to make sure that you are using the hardware's capability to its max, right? To make sure that you are using that hardware the right way, so that you run into no issues when playing the game. For example, when they were building Breath of the Wild, they built it for the Wii U. The Wii U is a much less powerful console than the Nintendo Switch, and still, look at how amazing Breath of the Wild came out to be. It's a completely immersive, fully open world. You see it in the far distance. you go there. There is no popping in, no popping out, no glitches, nothing here. Every game once in a while has its frame rate issues depending on how hard the hardware is working. But Breath of the Wild is a perfect example of a game on the Switch, made for the Switch, okay? And working and looking amazing. Yes, it can. It just needs to have the game developed for the system. So I understand that for a lot of people out there, there's the more advanced the system is, the better it is. That's how they view power. They view power in a hardware as a strength, you know? But I see power in the ability to actually develop the best game you can for that specific console. And basically that's where I want to set the discussion here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I want to know what you think about this discussion. And yeah, this is the discussion for today. Let me know what you guys think, and you enjoy discussions like this one. And then we'll talk about it down below in the description. Before I let you go, I got 2 more things I want to let you know. Number 1, never ever give up. Number 2, journey on. Peace.
Baby.